he's fighting with his microphone, I see.
I think I got it that time.
I think it's winning.
Yeah, it was winning. I was having a little trouble tightening it up where it
Yeah.
stay down. Kept wanting to shoot up on me.
Well, you're just too short. That's the problem.
Yeah, I need to just stand up, and that'll work fine.
All right. Anyway, folks, you're listening to what is the name of this program? I keep forgetting.
Let's talk
believe we're on
antiques.
I have to be retrained every week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
It's-
usually you do good from the start, but it's about middle ways when you've had a break or two that you get
Yeah, I get mixed up.
confused. Let's say.
Thank you. But anyways, this is Let's Talk Antiques, and
Sure.
I got the
The gang's all here.
gang's all here.
There you go.
Hip hip hooray! All right.
Almost.
Oh well, we just lost one of them.
He'll be back.
So you go.
All right. What? So anyway, you were today. I guess we're going to be talking about Star Wars. Is
Yeah.
that right? Yeah.
Yep, there's a new movie coming out, and the last 2 weeks, people have been watching The Mandalorian. They got Disney Plus.
That's getting them Star Wars fever right now.
It is, and it is really good. Me and Ronnie have watched it, and I really, it's one of the best. It's better than I expected it to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yes. I
You
really
know,
like
they
it. Yeah.
for the most part, every time they've come out with a new Star Wars movie, it's been really good.
True,
A couple
true.
of them haven't been quite as good as predecessors, I guess, but you know,
Nostalgia does a lot to that. Too,
yeah.
You know?
But I still
Yeah.
I still remember the first one.
Oh yeah. I was
Oh, yeah.
6.
Who could forget it?
What a treat! I remember we went to and I'm not a big movie going to the theater guy, you know.
Yeah.
And I
Did you used to be?
No, never have been.
What about when you was
Well,
young
when
and
I
you was
wa-
dating with your girlfriend and stuff?
Well, that was different.
But now,
He wasn't watching the movie.
I bet you
But,
could.
no.
I bet you could.
when you saw that, you had to remember it.
Yeah.
Because nobody ever seen anything like it.
No, I remember us. We were living up in Ohio, Dayton, Ohio area, and we went down to a theater close to Dayton, and went in there and sat down. And that when it first started, and that sound they had put in a
Oh, yeah,
special
yeah, yeah.
sound
Oh, God,
system,
yes.
and then
Oh.
that big spaceship come over top of you,
True, yeah.
roar, rumbling and carry. Wow, I still remember that.
It's
I mean,
pretty
you walked out
impressive,
of there
yeah.
with your head spinning, saying, "Gosh, I got to see this again."
Yeah, I got to
Yeah.
see it again, and I
Yeah.
want. Where are they going to have another one?
Yeah, and, 'cause
And
you-
that was a long time ago. My
77.
Yeah, I guess it was.
Yeah.
I say I was 6 years old when it came out, and me and my brother went and saw it 12 times in the theater. It's
Yeah.
like my mom would need to go Christmas shopping or anything like that, and we go, "You can just drop us off. We'll watch Star Wars while you go do that." And
Oh,
she-
yeah.
it was a cheaper babysitter back then.
Back then, yeah. That's not the case anymore, I'm afraid. I'm
Probably
still
so.
in shock from the last time I went to a movie theater here in Tullahoma.
Yeah. I've got the Regal Pass, and it's $18, and you
Yeah.
can go see as many movies as you want, as many times as you want.
Really?
It's completely unlimited. And
That's
I am
a heck of
enjoying
a
it.
good buy.
As long as there's good movies on
Yeah.
that you want to see,
Yeah.
then it's great. If there's no good movies on, then you're sitting around going, "Man,
I
Yeah,
wasted my money.
One or two good movies will take care of the past.
well,
one.
you better
two
believe it.
movies,
The
two
tick-
movies will
The tickets are on sale right
Profit
now
you.
for The Rise of Skywalker,
Uh-huh.
and they were like $13.36 piece. So
that was covered with my Regal Unlimited.
yeah,
I
that's what I'm
pre-ordered.
saying. You got that for
I got
$18?
mine. Oh yeah, yes.
God Almighty!
Yeah, but a family of four.
Oh yeah, it's just for me. Yeah,
I know,
so
I know,
go see
but
movies
but
when the
what I
kids aren't
mean is,
around.
a family
They
of
want you
four,
to buy four of 'em.
$13 a ticket, and then you buy popcorn and soda pop or
Yeah.
whatever. You got to have something to munch on
Oh,
while you
yeah,
watch
absolutely.
the movie.
Yeah.
And
Well, you got to let the movie to let them stay in business because that's how they make their money.
Oh, of
True,
course.
yeah.
Well, when Howard and I used to go to the movies, 50 cents would get you a lot of stuff.
Oh, hey.
Get you all kind of popcorn and Cokes and candy bars.
Oh
or-
boy, I'll tell you
for
what.
50 cents.
Yeah,
Sure.
you get $1. You'd go on Saturday afternoons to matinee. You'd see
Yeah.
a double feature, 5 or 6 cartoons, and
And you could stay as long as you wanted. Remember, Howard?
and a newsreel, perhaps, which they don't even make anymore.
Yeah.
And of course, you'd also buy popcorn and great big one of those great big Hershey bars, not the little
Yeah.
one, but the big one. Yeah, for $1 or $2, I guess you were in
No,
there.
shoot, no, there was a nickel when we was growing up.
The little ones, yeah,
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm talking about
Yeah,
the
but the
whole
little ones were great big.
Yeah, well, that's you noticed that.
Mm-hmm.
You notice how a pound of coffee is no longer a pound.
What is it? 13 ounces?
13 ounces. Used to be. You used to buy a bag of coffee. It was 16 ounce pound of coffee.
Oh.
Now it kept shrinking.
It's just that shrink wrap stuff. It's the same amount.
Yeah.
It really
believe
weighs a
that?
pound once you put the air back in.
Air doesn't weigh any.
Oh, really? Oh, man. I don't know what they're doing then.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway,
That's what my dad took me and my brother after Star Wars, when we were all excited about that. He took us to the Tivoli in Chattanooga, which was having an old Buck Rogers.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
And they had a special where I have no idea what it cost to get in, but concessions were like 25 cents for popcorn and nickel for Coke
Yeah.
and stuff
Golly.
like that. Like they did a retro
Well,
thing.
everything was
for
retro.
a weekend.
Well,
So,
the
yeah,
cheapest
it
I
was a big
remember
deal.
popcorn growing up, and of course, I was born in 1950, so a dime.
Yeah.
But you got a lot of popcorn
You got
for a
a
dime.
lot of popcorn. Remember the you mentioned Buck Rogers. Remember how Buck Rogers was, what do you call him?
Sequel.
Cereal.
Yeah.
Yeah, cereal,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cereals is what
Yeah,
they call them.
yeah, sir. You would go, you'd watch it about a half hour long, I guess.
Cliffhangers.
Yeah, and right at the end, this is about the time he was going to get killed or they were going to crash or something. It would end, and you'd have to come back next week. And
Yeah.
of course, miraculously, he survived or got out just at the last minute, and they picked up and did it again.
We've run those on Camp Midnight every once in a while, and you can gather up all the episodes and it ends up being like a 3-hour movie at that
Yeah.
point. It's really long once you put them all
Put them
together.
all together. Yeah, it's
So,
pretty cool.
I think they're about 15 minutes though. It just
It
probably
may maybe 15, 20
probably
minutes.
felt like
It felt
30
longer.
minutes. When
It was pretty bad though when Buck Rogers was in the rocket and you could see the string
oh
holding.
yeah, that was fine. That's fine.
You know who
Anyway.
you know who the first Buck Rogers was on TV. Now originally, Buck they were on radio, and he was the very first one that went from radio to TV. Do you know who he was?
No, I don't remember.
Curtis Arnall.
Oh,
He was the very first Buck Rogers to go on to TV, and he's the guy, the string.
Oh,
when
yeah.
it looked like the spaceship.
yeah.
I've got a scrapbook that his wife sold to a friend of mine, and of course she's passed away now.
Uh-huh.
And he had already passed away, and she sold it to him, and I probably bought it 20 years ago.
Oh, you got some good pictures in there.
Yeah.
I mean, good.
Oh,
I might
that'd
make
be
copies.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But Curtis Arnall, the very first Buck Rogers to be on TV.
And that was part of George Lucas's inspiration for Star Wars.
Well,
was
sure.
Oh,
Buck
of course.
Rogers.
Oh, I'm sure it
That
was.
that and the mysticism, samurais and
Yeah. But science fiction's always been a big thing on the movies. With I can remember going to see Rocket XM or something like
Yeah.
that, or something about going to the moon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that was big time. And we just ate it up because it was cool.
Silent
Absolutely.
movies. They even did the space stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
yeah.
But with the special effects they have nowadays, you don't see the string holding up the rocket.
That's what makes them
quite.
more so than they used
And-
to be because the effects are good.
Oh, they're wonderful.
they're-
Well, there's a big difference between a 1977 Star Wars movie and the new movies. That
Oh,
are
of
running.
course.
They have so much more computer processing power now, so they
Yeah,
can render, more detailed images.
Yeah, it's kind of a shock, you really think that spaceship is for real and it's that big, but if you saw it in the studio, it's probably a little 3-foot model or
And
something like
now,
that. But
if you look at the ones from '77 from Star Wars and compare them with the ones to today, there's no comparison.
there's no comparison.
Because even George Lucas, he wasn't happy with the finished film because he couldn't get the shots that he really wanted, so
Right.
he went back and digitally enhanced them and
Right,
then
yeah.
re-released them, and they look more realistic.
Well, even if you go into like the Walt Disney cartoons, like,
Oh, yeah.
like Bambi, I can remember seeing that when I was a little kid, and it was wonderful. But by today's standards, that's and now they've upgraded it and digitally
yeah.
enhanced it and all that. But compared to the process that they used back then, drawing individual little
And now they got 3D characters.
now, it's
you know.
just
Yeah,
unbelievable.
and it's not going to be long before we're going to be able to get that stuff holographically. You know, the
Yeah.
holographic projectors are getting better all the time.
Yeah.
So we'll actually see them standing in our living room.
You will actually see them standing in your living. I can make them stand in your living room right now.
That's pretty cool.
That's scary.
Cheap.
I already got this thing. You talk to Alexa, and it's listening to everything you say. I don't know if I want somebody stranger come walking in my room.
Yeah.
You don't want Princess Leia to come walking in your room?
I don't know.
You better.
You could get in trouble, you know.
You better watch out what you say. Your wife listens to the
I
show.
know. I am very careful.
I've got oh gosh, I can't think of the name of it. It's a Darth Vader virtual reality game for my for my headset, and you're helping Darth Vader, which is kind of odd, but you're
Not with you, it is.
yeah you've got my
You
VR
little crook.
headset has hand controllers.
And
And
do they have the
so-
little loop things where you can actually move stuff with your hands?
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
can
yeah, I
grab
like
things and
that.
pick them up, but you've got a lightsaber, and it's got the training thing with the little pods that fly around and shoot beams at you, and so you can keep doing that as
And you
as
see
do.
yourself actually holding the lightsaber
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
moving it.
your
yeah.
arms there and everything, and it's kind of a short game. But it's only $10, where most video games are like at least $40 now.
Yeah.
So it comes
How
out
old
in
is it?
chapters. It's like 6 months old or so.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
It's not.
That's current, in other words.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
That's.
But now,
I've never tried that virtual
The
reality where
Oculus.
you put the goggles on.
Yeah, I've
but
got
I-
an Oculus Rift, one of the good ones.
that's amazing. It's amazing how
Yeah.
you'd get hooked if you ever got you one.
I've seen people on television, you know, where they've put them on and they're filming them, and,
Oh, yeah.
and they're lost. I mean, they don't realize what they're doing,
Yeah.
and you know, and it's kind of scary, I guess, the first time you do it.
You know what would be kind of unique about that, Howard?
What's that?
Is on that virtual reality stuff, you driving a Duesenberg or actually
Oh,
sitting
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
inside it, opening the
that-
door, getting in the seat and driving it. Wouldn't that be cool?
Oh, I bet that's.
Yeah,
I bet they do stuff
they've
like
got-
that.
I'm going to tell you something. They've got 7D holographic technology, and they're using it like in Japan and Poland,
Yeah.
2 or 3 other countries, and they project it right down in the room where you're sitting, and it looks like it's just right there with you.
Good grief.
I mean, it's amazing.
Well, that's how they're training a lot of pilots and stuff
NASA's
like that.
using it to walk on Mars.
Yeah.
I've got a BBC virtual reality thing that they made for the Oculus Rift, and it's the British equivalent of a B-24 bomber. I forget which one it was.
Oh, yeah.
Which
I think
one was it,
starts
Howard?
with an L.
Was it L?
I-
Or wasn't it de Havilland?
No, it's like a Landberg or a something.
Okay, I'm
Anyway,
not-
I forget what it's. So anyway, they had a BBC reporter who rode along a bombing run in Germany, and he had a. They recorded the discs back then, and they recorded the entire flight and made a story out of it. And so you're inside the plane, and you move from station to station, and you know it's cut down to about 15 minutes or 20 minutes long, and you go on the bombing run, and you can look out the window and see when they drop the bombs
Yeah.
and when the flak is coming. It's incredible.
Does
And
it look real?
It looks like a really good animation. I mean, it doesn't look real, but it's a really good animation. And the cool thing is with your headset, you know, it sits where you're supposed to be, but you can get up and like move to the side, and you can like step out on the wing, and you can still see everything, you know. It's pretty disorienting. You want to hang on to something while you do that.
Oh.
But it's really cool. And I was thinking, you know, this would be such a great way to teach middle school kids about World War II.
No.
Or
Yes,
something
I-
like that. Something where they not just reading about in a book,
They
but
can
being
interact in it.
in the scene itself. I mean, it's
goodness.
incredible.
I see that as the future of entertainment. Is
Probably,
holographic
yeah.
In the next 15, 20 years.
You think it'd be out long?
I think so. But
Probably to be totally accepted.
you'll have it commercially before then, but to get household,
Yeah.
yeah, I think
Could
in
be.
15, 20 years, because people will have to adopt the technology and people have to buy it.
Yeah.
You know, for them to start releasing content
And
in
it all,
volumes.
and a lot of that stuff, you know, starts out very expensive, and then in just a few years,
It comes way
it
down.
comes way down.
Yeah,
you know.
that's when I bought my first Oculus Rift. There was like a 6-month waiting list, and I think I paid $300 for it.
Yeah.
And I got it, and it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, and it made me motion sick horribly.
Yeah.
And then I got on eBay and saw they were going for $800 for people who didn't want to wait 6 months. So I turned mine around, and after a month, I sold it and made, almost tripled my money.
You're
God.
better off.
It was a good deal.
You're better off to wait for the second or third generation because they've got the bugs out of them.
Yeah.
Prices come
The
down.
one I've got now was quite a bit cheaper and is a whole lot better.
And you don't get seasick, motion sickness.
The spinny stuff I do. There's certain to me, but that's me. Like I can't do spinny rides or
Hey,
stuff like that.
speaking of
so-
spin,
Yeah.
let's spin out and let's do a commercial. You want to?
I don't know. Do we want to do
Okay, you might as well.
yeah.
Don't
we-
you want to
we
pay the
really
light?
don't
Don't you want to
have
pay the
to.
light bill?
They are flickering a little bit, aren't they?
We'll regroup and come back with our subject.
Yeah.
What is our subject?
Star Wars.
Oh,
didn't you
that's
know?
right.
We'll get on it here in a minute.
We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Pickin' Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
All right, we're back once more.
And we're getting on subject.
Yeah,
That's right.
sure.
Really?
Ronnie,
Why would we?
do I need to go out and get a pair of needle nose pliers?
We'll fix it at the next break because we figured out what was wrong with it
Oh,
while
that-
we was on break.
Ronnie's microphone shoots away from him
Yeah,
once he starts
it's
to talk.
pulling up because it's not staying.
Has it got a flat screw in it like that?
Yeah, it's got a flat on one side, and there's a thing that holds it still.
We're off the subject again.
The
Now
whole
we're
thing's-
talking. We're fixing microphones.
The whole thing's
Have you-
turning
Hey,
when you try to
Ronnie.
tighten it up.
Do Star Wars.
All right, so all right, so everybody has been eagerly awaiting.
If they're not, they're now.
Technical
Easily
difficulty.
Ronnie's
arranged.
microphone fell out.
Technical
waking up.
difficulty. Well,
What happened to his mic?
It's so high up. I was trying to turn it down, so I didn't have to hold my head like that to talk to you.
Do you want me to hold your mic for you?
I think we'll be all right. So, well, everybody was waiting. You had all kinds of theories floating around the internet about what was going to happen in this movie because
What's the name of this movie?
The Rise of Skywalker.
There you go.
It's the last in the Skywalker series. We had theories, based on the other two movies. So when they started releasing trailers, because everybody changes their theories when they see something.
Right.
But the first trailer they released, 111 million people watched it in the first 24 hours.
Wow.
Wow.
So, that gives you some kind of clue, what the movie's going to do.
How many trailers was that?
There were 3.
What about the other two? Do you know the view on them?
I haven't found that. I can't find
I
that.
bet it was close to that.
I'm sure, or more, because of all the talk on the first one. It was okay. Here it says, which was 20 million more views than the teaser trailer for The Last Jedi, which was the last one movie that came out. More than double for The Force Awakens, which was the first one, and it was hotly anticipated. Of course, Disney's already recouped all of their investment from buying
Oh yeah, true.
Lucasfilm
Yeah.
and some. They
Well,
were-
it costs a little bit to make the movie, so.
yeah, but
Yeah.
when you say they've had over a $2 billion profit, and they made over 6.
Yeah.
So you count the 4 they give George, and they're a couple of billion there to play with. I think they can make a couple of movies for a couple of $1 billion. But the cost of those movies, a lot of it is in marketing. Those movies, they'll
Yeah,
spend
you said they spend as much on marketing as they do doing the movie.
a lot of them. They'll spend nearly as much marketing because advertising is so expensive nowadays. But the thing about Star Wars,
But radio's not. Radio is reasonable.
Right.
Radio. That's one of their cheaper points in their marketing. But you got to think, they're doing international marketing as well, and it costs them more money to market here in the United States than it does all of their international marketing.
Right.
You count all the countries, it costs them more. And so back to the first trailer. The first trailer talks about, and if you saw did all of y'all see The Last Jedi?
I did.
Okay, did
Oh,
you
yeah,
see it?
sure.
Okay, so it says,
I hope some of our audience has seen it.
yeah, I do too.
One or two, probably.
It says no one is really gone, it starts like that, you
Yeah.
know, because of all the Force ghosts coming back is what they're talking about. Like Obi-Wan and Yoda, they
Yeah.
come back in the movies as Force ghosts. So and it's Luke Skywalker's voice, so that lets you know that Luke's coming back as a Force ghost. He got killed off in the last movie.
Yeah.
He died. He didn't get killed off. He died. Saving his sister and him. And it says now you have the knowledge of 1,000 generations of Jedi, which it refers to the books that she took, from the temple, from the first temple. You saw them in Millennium Falcon at the end of that movie. So you know that she's got that. But I kind of think that Luke is going to come back and train her as a Force ghost, maybe Yoda. Because they're all coming back. Palpatine's coming back. Okay.
So who is that, Ronnie? What
He
character?
was the Emperor.
Okay.
He was the Emperor from the
Vader's
prequels,
boss.
From the prequels. You saw him in the
Yeah.
prequels, and you saw the same guy that played him in Return of the Jedi. Ian McDermott played him in that one. It wasn't Ian McDermott playing him in Empire Strikes Back, but the same actor that played him in Return of the Jedi played him in the prequels, which was the ones they made in the 90s and early 2000s. So you know that. So then the next teaser trailer that came out was kind of like a compilation of scenes from previous movies. So I told you something, but not a lot. But the last one that came out, you saw you saw the Death Star that was blowed up over Endor in Return of the Jedi. When they blew it up in space, it fell back down to the planet. So that tells me that it's going to be set on Endor, on the Force Moon, because they're there, and evidently somebody sent them on a mission there, and you see Rey fighting Kylo Ren, so Kylo's going to show up on
sure.
Endor, and there's some water scenes that I don't know if they're taking place on Endor or not, but there's a lot of wreckage there too. But I did recognize the destroyed Death Star, so I know that's got to be Endor where that's taking place.
That's the point.
Yeah. So the thing about watching these teaser trailers before the movie comes out is if you're going to be speculating on these toys, it gives you a kind of an idea about what to speculate on before everybody runs out and buys the stuff. Yeah, 'cause once they see the movie, they're going to be running out and buying it.
Yeah.
So you want to try to get it before they do, because the price is going to go up, when the demand gets higher. The price of the stuff's
I just
gonna go
bought
up.
one of the.
Did you get the jacket?
I just bought the jacket, Luke Skywalker jacket.
I'm Harrison Ford.
Yeah, Harrison Ford, but I also Han Solo, right?
Yeah, Han Solo.
Yeah, I also got it in leather.
Yeah, you done good there now.
Is this for you to wear, or is this for you to trade with?
Well, I think I'll wear that.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't wear jackets, but I might wear it to the show so Harris can see it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You
well, how
remember,
about our audience?
you
They
remember
need
in
to see
the
it.
in the Force?
Well, they can't
Yeah,
they?
they got,
Yeah, they-
you're on camera.
Yeah, we're on TV.
You remember in the Force Awakens where they're at Mos Kanar's bar there, and the rebels come out and they run the
True. Yeah.
the First Order off.
Right.
And Leia lands there, and her and Han are talking for the first time, and she asked him about that jacket. She said, "Same old jacket." He said, "No, it's new." You know? And he told her she changed her hairstyle. That's the jacket that he just
Yeah.
got. That's a nice jacket.
Yeah.
And-
Well, keep talking about Star Wars. 'Cause
Yeah, well, I'm having a little trouble raising my head straight up.
Sit up
But-
straight.
Well,
Do,
have you heard
do you want to swap seats?
No, I'm not.
the rumor about Ray's real mom and dad?
I've heard a bunch of rumors about Ray's parents.
Han Solo and Kira, the Emilia Clarke
Yeah,
from the last episode is the leading rumor that I find about it.
yeah. Is that from
So-
Collier?
No, this is Looper,
Okay.
but I've cross-referenced a
I
couple places.
watch Collier, the Jedi Council. I watch that all the time. That's a really good podcast. You can watch it on YouTube, but I mean it's on a couple of networks too.
Okay.
I mean it's a great podcast for Star Wars, and they're starting to do the Mandalorian now. The guy that was doing the podcast the whole time through for these last 3 movies.
Yeah.
He's going to do his own little thing,
Oh.
and a new guy, because the movie's about over. I mean, it's about time for the movie. So he's going to start on the Mandalorian, I'd
Yeah.
say. So that'll be good to watch too. So the characters, speculating on these characters, if you go back and what I've been doing is looking at what items are bringing now compared to what they were bringing during the first movie. For the first, it's kind of hard with these because you got sequels and you got prequels, you know.
Yeah.
And
So, Howard, do you understand all this?
These
No.
sequels.
Okay.
Well, this kind of gets you
Me and
messed
you're
up.
together.
Yeah.
So right when
We're twins.
right when the new movie comes out, do all the prices for all of the Star Wars memorabilia shoot up?
Well, you know, it's Christmas time. You know, you'll be able to get some deals, but you know they're going to be harder to find. You know, so the thing to do would probably be go out and, you know, whatever you think's gonna be the collectibles
Okay,
for
so
that one.
Yeah.
so Ronnie,
And what you think were the collectibles for the Force Awakens, and are not really. You would think it would be the carded action figures, like the previous movies.
Yeah.
But it's really not. There's a thing called Hot Toys, and they were
like 12 inches
yeah, but now these were realistic. They had real looking faces. They had
Yeah.
clothes
that
put
you can take
them.
on and off.
Yes, and
Sounds like G.I. Joe when it first came
oh no,
out.
these were $575.
A little more expensive.
Yeah, but now
Once you account for inflation.
I think these are going to hold their price from that movie.
You think they'll gain value
I
then?
think they're going to gain value. Yes,
Would you get that graded?
I would get that graded. If I could buy that for $250, $300 range, I'd buy that and send it off and get it graded.
Now, does
and
it
put
come in
that
a
up.
package?
Yeah, it comes in a box, and I'll show you a picture of that box. It's a long cardboard box, and there's one down here.
One
See
of our
that-
producers' phone's ringing.
See that stand there?
Yeah.
That's an IKEA stand for those 2 figures that protects them. You know, it encloses them to a glass case you can put them in. That'd be a good investment if you had.
To have the stand, but if you're going to get it graded, when you leave it in the box? Or
Yeah, well, I
when they
would not.
grade it, will they take it
If
out
I
of the box?
see that box right there?
Yeah.
That's how they come. And there's these cardboards, these cutouts with the pictures in them.
Yeah.
There's Han Solo and Chewbacca are the 2 characters that come with it.
Okay, so Ronnie, I know that you sent off and got a lot of stuff graded.
Yeah.
How would they do that? I mean, you wouldn't want to look at a box. So how would they do it? I know,
Yeah.
like the action figures, you can actually look. They got a cover on them,
It would come back in a
like this.
Yeah.
It would come back in a box. It would come back in. They would have to open that box to
They
grade it.
have to.
But
Would they display it separate, like have the box above it or below it? Or?
I haven't seen one graded.
Yeah.
But if it were me, that'd be the first thing I'd do with it is send it off and get it graded.
Right.
Because you know.
Speaking of graded, ain't about time to take another break?
It's time to grade the
All
commercials.
right, maybe I can get my mic fixed while we're gone.
Yeah, we're going to.
Okay. We'll be
What-
right.
Let me get the drill.
Look here.
Get a hammer.
That,
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
And we're talking about Star Wars and some of the new movie's coming out pretty soon.
December 20th.
December 20th. That's pretty soon.
Oh, yeah. And
1 month.
One
There you
month.
go.
That's right. This is the 20th.
Are you
Yeah.
going, Howard?
If I can float alone to afford a ticket.
$13.36.
There you go.
I'll
at
buy you.
Fandango
I'll buy
right
you
now.
a ticket for you and your wife both for Christmas,
Looky there.
Ooh.
and I'll even buy you some popcorn and a Coke.
I think they got a
Whoa.
315.
Whoa.
I think there's a 315 and one around 7, a little after 7
Oh, so
on the first day.
Oh, the seven-
There may be one early. I
Well,
wish they had
seven-
one.
That'd be way past his bedtime.
That's past my bedtime.
I wish they had the one at midnight. Where it started.
What?
right-
Midnight?
Oh,
Who's
God.
up that late?
People do that. They do that at a lot of theaters.
Hey,
A lot
Ronnie.
of the bigger ones.
We're going to get back on track here, and you're going to talk about some of the figure stuff. But tell them, you remember the early bird set? That was the first thing that ever come out when Star Wars first come out. Howard, no toys, and so you sent off you bought a certificate, didn't you, Ronnie? And then
Yeah, you gotta. Well, you
Then you
got.
go to a store.
You went to Walmart and you got a box, an empty box that had some stands in it, and you got a certificate to send off and get the first characters that came out, and and they came in these little white boxes, little plain white boxes, and.
And those have really dropped in price recently, right?
Oh yeah, they really dropped.
They're called an early bird set.
Well,
Yeah.
probably about 15, 20 years ago, we sat in David's office and we bid on one. I bought one and I get about $1,000 for it.
I
And
thought he was crazy.
They laughed at me, but now I'm looking at one here that somebody sent off and had graded, brought $12,950.
Wow, that's pretty good return on investment.
Of course,
Pretty
now,
good ROI. isn't it?
yeah, this one's sealed. And hadn't never been opened. That's pretty rare, but I mean, just a normal one will bring $6,000-$7,000.
And just the individual figures from the first sets are worth
Well,
look
there's
like
Now-
$7,000.
Now, when you're looking at loose Star Wars figures,
Let's talk about those cards you got right there, Ronnie. Is that part of the early bird set?
okay,
those
now
cards?
these are 12 backs like those I just sent off and
Okay.
got to get graded.
1979.
I just sent three of these 12 backs off. 78 for the 12
Now,
backs.
when you
Yeah,
say
okay.
12 back,
Now,
there's
when-
12 characters on the back of the card, right?
When you look at these action figures, say you've got a loose one, if you look on the leg of it, and a lot of times you got to have a magnifying glass because it's so hard to see. If it says 77 on it, it's an early bird figure.
Oh,
If it
okay.
says 78, it's borderline, but it's probably a 12 back. If I had to guess, I would guess 12 back every time.
Eh.
But they still got the hole in the leg. That's what
Explain
those,
to them the 12 back.
the 12 backs were the first 12 characters, which is what you got with
And when you
Early
turn
Bird
the
set.
card over, you'll see those 12 characters
Oh, okay.
on the back of it.
Like on the back.
back of that.
Yeah, there's a,
You know what I'm saying? I've got a 78 12 back vinyl Cape Jawa here that brought $8,200 and it had 65 bids.
Wow.
And of course
Graded
it was
an
graded 80.
Yeah.
That's, that's near mint.
yeah, it's really good.
I used to get rid of stuff that
What
was
is 85 mint then?
85 is near mint to mint.
What is mint then? What number?
Look right here. You see those three grades? It's like it's Boba Fett here.
Yeah.
This is 21 back, so that's probably Empire Strikes Back. But it's got a 80, 80, and a 85. See those? That's an overall grade, 80, 80, and 85.
Right.
So it's graded on the card. It's graded on the bubble.
It's graded on the character.
It's graded on the character.
So there's 3 grades just
And
to grade one card.
it's an average of those three grades.
Okay.
Yeah, and so this was Empire Strikes Back here. So
Which
here,
is the second movie.
which was the second movie, huh? So here's an AFA 80 Boba Fett 21 bag B, which means it was a second of those runs.
Right.
And there's variants in these too, so they call them coups. You have to look up the coup variants on those. But this one probably brought, I'd say, let me look at some of these lower numbers here. I'd say it brought $5,000-$6,000 anyway.
Wow.
You got any of them, Howard?
No, I sure wished I had some of them.
You got a bunch of them graded, and
I got a lot of loose ones.
you got a lot of near mint stuff. Okay, now this loose stuff, David. I'm gonna pull up some of this loose stuff here. And we only want to look at this 12. What I found out is, if you look at this stuff, what's gonna consistently bring the money and hold its value is stuff from the original trilogy, from the Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, and Empire Strikes Back. Those are the ones that's gonna hold their value
Yeah.
and go up in value. They're not just gonna hold it. They're as good an investment as anything, because we did a show back when Lucky Knot was here, before I ever started doing this with you, about these figures, and what it averaged is in 10 years they had went up about 10 times the price.
What about that, Howard?
And now, just since that time, and now they probably went up 8 or 10 more.
Yeah.
You know,
Kind of hard to believe.
it's hard to find stuff.
Something that you probably paid, what, $5-$6 for?
No,
maybe?
it wasn't. No, how much?
When they first came out.
No, I doubt if it's that high. How much?
Oh, when they first came out, they were probably about $3 or $4.
Yeah.
I mean, $2 or $3.
And now they're
$4.
going for thousands,
Yeah, okay, you'd say that's
even in
77.
non-mint
I
condition.
cannot believe that you don't have no Star Wars stuff. You're a pack rat.
I don't have that much.
This-
I'm not like you, you know.
This
I don't
stuff,
have a warehouse.
this
Yes,
stuff
you
beats
do.
the stock market every time. It
Yeah.
beats the stock market
Oh,
every
yeah,
time. But now you got to keep this away from heat when you store this stuff.
You got to take care
You
of
got to
it.
keep these cards away from heat, because the heat makes those bubbles turn yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's part of the grade on those characters.
Mm-hmm.
It's the bubbles.
Well, was you gonna look up some loose ones?
Oh yeah, I'm looking up some. All I got to do is change from this.
I
to
got
this.
some stuff from the last movie,
Okay.
the Last Jedi. Just
Yeah,
to
we wanted
Is
to
that
show
the one
about
that just
that.
come out?
I guess has it been 2 years?
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
the highest rated
okay.
or the highest priced toy per se is a Funko Pop Star Wars Last Jedi of Kylo Ren, and Funko Pop is like these bobblehead things. Your kids know about them, and you've seen them. They're like figures with a bobblehead on them, and the head's about 3 inches diameter,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And that went for $1,600. So
Golly. And
My
that's a
goodness.
2-year-old movie, Howard.
that's
Yeah.
so that's
I
a
wonder what it cost new. I mean, right? You know, if you picked one up right when they first came out at the local variety
I
store.
don't know if that was an expensive one, but I think they only cost like $12 or so.
Yeah.
Like new generally, unless that's a something special that they did for Star Wars.
Okay, I've got a loose. Now this is a loose. This thing has been played with. It was somebody just picked this thing up. You know, little piggy holding the palm of your hand. 77. This is a vinyl Cape Jawa Kenner, but now he graded really good. He graded 85 plus. You know, so he's close to mint. And he brought a little better than $2,230.
So he didn't get played with much.
No, he was in good shape. But you know, the cape was
He
good.
probably fell down behind the couch or something, Ronnie.
Yeah, but okay, now here is a loose Luke Skywalker. Now this one's got the double telescoping lightsaber, which is the saber it pushed in his arm, and you would push a little slot on his arm to raise the second part of the saber out.
Oh, I see.
And those are hard to find in good shape because the tips got broke.
Yeah.
But now he's loose. He brought $1,775.
With 40 people bidding
40
on that.
people
Yeah.
bid. Now this is just a little loose character that's been played with, and you know, these loose characters bring
Well, you can
excellent
see
money.
you can see right away 40 people bidding. No, there's a high demand for this
Oh,
stuff. That's why the
yes.
prices are so
People-
high. These are real collectible
And
items.
that's why these cards are so high,
Now-
because the collectors are hoarding this stuff up and hanging on to it because it beats the stock market every time.
Well, and now, Howard, you got to keep in mind, he's talking about a loose figure, not something still on the card.
Now,
I
I'm
know,
not
I
talking
know.
about
I mean, that can you imagine though? They'll tell you both of them will about the carded price too.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Go ahead and do some more loose ones there.
Okay,
Ronnie.
I've got another 77 Star Wars Vinyl Cape Jawa. Now 77, that would be an early bird figure. He brought $1,475. He was graded a 75. He didn't have a great grade, but
That's
I
right.
had one of those.
I used to cull 75s, you know. I'd get rid of that and keep the good stuff.
Yeah.
Anything below 80, I get rid of it. You know.
And let me throw in here the one you were saying that on the last movie, it wasn't the figures that really brought the big money. Now this is something really odd. It comes in at $500. Is a Pottery Barn Kids Star Wars Last Jedi queen size quilt, shams, and sheet set. So this
Shams
is
and sheets.
yeah. So
No,
it's 7 items: quilt, shams, 4-piece fitted sheet, flat sheet, 2 standard pillowcases. $500 plus
Yeah,
shipping.
no, I had some of those figures we were talking about bought like $589.
Yeah.
You know, I was talking about what would be a price to buy those.
Oh, okay.
You know,
yeah.
a buy for them.
Yeah.
If you could run up on them like that, you know, that would be a buy. Send them off and get them graded. Okay, I got another double telescoping Luke, graded an 80. Brought $1,299. And you know, and the lesser stuff brings good money. Here's a Bubba Fett. Now he graded great. He brought a 90 plus, $1,199. Now if you can find the Bubba Fett with the fired the missile, you know, you're talking $40,000, $50,000, $60,000.
But they took
Yeah,
him
I
off
had
the
him.
market because of
A kid shot one down his throat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, choking.
I had
shot a
one of those
missile
too.
down his throat.
Yeah, I had one of those
Oh.
too.
Oh, don't you wish you kept yours?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, here's a Chewbacca dark pouch. He graded an 85. I had one just like this. I just sold last month.
What's the dark pouch, Ronnie?
You see that pouch right there on his side? See,
Oh,
that's
okay.
dark. Now, some of these variants are green.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those coup variants are green. That's why, you know, they talk about that. And here's a Darth Vader. I just sent one of these off to get graded. So of course, mine was on a card. But this is an 85 near man. He brought a little better than $950.
This is just unbelievable.
And
Hey,
now,
let's take a little break,
Okay.
and we'll be right back with more Star Wars information
these are
and
just
the
one
amazing
card.
prices this stuff is selling
Oh, yeah.
for.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
All right, we're back here with Let's Talk Antiques, and we're still talking about these Star Wars figures.
We're talking money, Howard.
Money, boy, I'll tell you.
And
yeah.
we're not talking about carded stuff right now. We're talking about loose stuff.
Just, yeah.
Stuff that's been played with that you could pick up anywhere for a couple of dollars
Yeah.
at a yard sale, you know. But the thing about them is having the weapons to go with them. And I had boxes. I used to throw that stuff in boxes and just hang on to it to put with mine, you know, because I made up sets, you know, just to put in different places. And I didn't think nothing about that loose stuff at the time.
Yeah.
The loose stuff got lost, Howard.
Well, yeah, it got played with.
I probably gave it to somebody,
Yeah.
the truth.
Now, you were talking about holes in legs. What was that about?
Well, from where the pegs went for the early bird stands. You know, the
Oh,
early bird kids.
So you have to look at the bottom of the foot.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
for-
You turn it up and look. And
Day and the date. Now, just looking at the foot, that tells you one thing, but you want to look at the date.
But that's
well,
a good
yeah,
thing, though, having a hole
but
in
I
the
mean,
foot.
if
Yeah.
you're in a yard sale looking through a bunch of toys that some kid has put out there, and you turn it over, and there's a hole in the foot of that.
That's a good thing.
That's a sign that you want to look at the date on
And
it.
if they're asking 50 cents or $1 for it, grab it up. And then
Well, I'll
if
just
you-
pull
it-
my magnifying glass out of my pocket right there.
But even if you don't
know?
have your magnifying
Take a
glass,
risk
there's a
on it.
pretty
Still
good
worth
chance
50
you're
cents.
buying
Yeah, it's
something.
still worth 50 cents. It's still worth $2 or $3 or
Yeah.
$5 or whatever.
But they probably don't know that it's worth that
Yeah.
much. That's the sad part.
And
see.
I
For
would-
them, that is.
They do if they listen to this show, Harry.
I went to
Well,
a
but
flea
not
market.
yeah. Well, I realize everybody in town's listening, but
Okay.
go
Well-
out of town and buy this stuff.
Hey, are you sure that people from out of town's not listening? You know,
Well,
we
they
do
might
go
be
all
some-
over
We
the world.
didn't. We didn't do our spiel. I'm telling y'all.
You know, Philip's falling down on the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got so we were talking about being able to tell which ones are which. I've
Yes,
looked up
there you go.
some counterfeit ones here, and
Oh.
we've got one way you can tell is if to actually know the name of the characters. Here's Toby 1
Oh, Toby.
and R2-3PO.
Yeah.
Here is a character called Little Girl, Flygon Jinn,
Is that from China?
Queen, and Dennis. These were all shipped to a toy store in Ohio, and that they had ordered, and so yeah, these were all counterfeits that
And
were
then
sent
now-
to them.
From the original trilogy now, they re-released those cards. They call it a retro collection.
Oh yeah, sure.
And you got to watch out for that. You know,
Yeah.
if you think you got, but now they're different. You can look at the cards and tell they're not the same because they came from the toy companies, and
And
they
these-
actually say it if you look
These
close
do
enough.
say Star Wars Episode 1 on them also. Like it is.
well,
you
it
know,
is
they've
Star Wars
They've at
Episode
least
1.
have the right name of the movie.
Yeah.
But they probably didn't have licensing rights. That's why
Yeah.
they.
Well, they ripped off. You can't put Star Wars on it
No,
too.
it's
so
because
there
you
you
got to
go.
have a license
Yeah.
to sell those.
So
From
I'm
Disney
looking
now.
at R2-D2 here, 84.
Yeah.
This is 84 would make it Return of the Jedi, and this one had the pop-up saber, which was from a scene in the movie where he shot Luke a lightsaber when he was trying to get off the barge. Where Bubba was not Bubba, but well, Bubba was there, but Jabba the Hutt was going to kill him. You know, he was going to execute him. Anyway, this one's loose, and it's from that period. And he brought it around $750. He graded an 85, which he had a good grade.
Which is pretty good.
And we have an R5D4 variant, which R5D4 was the little robot that you saw from Star Wars that they couldn't make it. You know, when they bought the first two
Right.
at the very first of the movie, the one that malfunctioned and smoke came out of it.
Yeah.
And stuff. That was that type of robot. He brought close to $750 because this one down here brought $746. And let's see what else we got here. I'm looking for some more loose stuff for you. And then we'll go back and we'll talk about some carded stuff, see the
We're
difference.
going to have to talk fast.
Yeah.
We're about done.
I got a Star Wars vintage C-3PO. Then this was from Droids, which was a cartoon. Now this is a cartoon now. Of course, these kids who watch Droids, they're old now.
Right.
They're buying stuff. So you got to look at that stuff now. But anyway, it brought $660, had 14 bids. Another one brought $660, had 56 bids. Same guy probably selling them. Now here's that barge we was talking
Oh
about.
yeah,
that
from Return of the
escape
Jedi.
pod
Yeah,
that
yeah, that's
the
cool.
R2-D2 popped into the thing. And it was graded. It was $670 and 31 bids on that. Okay, so let's go back to
The
some-
greatest stuff is what to have.
Let's
isn't it?
go, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're gonna, you don't want to. I mean, if you know what you're looking at, buy and send it off and get it graded. It's worth $35 to get it graded.
Well,
You know.
yeah.
What is that $17,000 piece there?
This is an Empire Strikes Back card, Yoda, rated 85. They were asking $17,066 for it, and they brought. I'm gonna say he brought something better than 13,000 anyway. Then you got a 21 back Boba Fett. That'd be from Empire Strikes Back. Same deal. He brought over 13,000. And then you got the 79, 21 back Boba Fett. He rated 85, 85, 80, which is great. Brought close to $11,000, just like in a penny. So call that 11,000.
Yeah, can we call that 11?
We can call it 11 all day long.
Yeah.
I've got a Darth Maul DX-17 figure, which is a figure standing on a plaque kind of thing. Looks like he's like a 12-inch stand he's
That'd be
on.
from the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, and they were asking $1.25 million for this.
Million.
Best offer accepted.
Yeah.
But the next thing is $100,000 with the best offer accepted on that. So I can tell you it brought more than $32,000, but I
Yeah.
can't narrow it down much more than
Golly.
that.
Wow.
And the $100,000 one was Star Wars Galactic Heroes figures, PS. So I don't know what Star Wars
What's that
Galactic
box thing
Heroes
you got
figures.
there, Phil?
That's a case of the Topps trading cards.
Oh, is it?
1977
From Star Wars New Hope.
top Star Wars card sealed 5th series wax box case, extremely rare. $32,000 was the buy it now on that one. And that sold for
You got any of them cards,
$32,000.
Harry?
David, I saw a
No.
thing on YouTube.
I do. I've got
where
some
there's
Star
a
Wars
guy
cards.
that's got a building as bigger as yours or more. He's full of Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. He's got sets, stuff from the sets, props, real stuff, figures like this. He's got shelves and cases and rooms as far as you can see, and it's like yours. It's hung from the ceilings. It's
That
everywhere
guy's a
you can put it.
multi-zillionaire then.
Yeah, this guy's been collecting, probably about 35, 40 years.
He's got some stuff.
He's
Wow.
got the stuff. He's got parts of the Millennium Falcon from Empire Strikes Back.
The real
The real
set.
one.
The real one.
set, yeah.
My goodness. Looks
lots
like
of
we're getting
stuff.
down there almost out of time. You want to start
How much-
wrapping up?
How much
I've-
time we got?
Well,
I've got
about
a-
a minute and a half.
Well, Philip's got
Oh, look at
something.
this now.
I've got a Darth Vader Star Wars concept helmet that was made by the effects guy.
Ralph McQuarrie.
Yeah, $17,000 for that one.
Good grief.
So that was, and it's autographed by him too.
Now,
so.
I'll tell you something real quick. A lot of those guys that worked in the effects department at Lucas Arts made that stuff and sold it on eBay on the side.
Yeah, I've heard something about
They might
that one
have a lot.
time.
You want to find the replicas made by those guys, not just anybody.
Yeah.
That's the replicas you want to buy.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's why he signed it, and you get that graded.
There you go.
You get
That
it
You know
is-
graded.
that was Ralph
Autograph.
McQuarrie.
Yeah. Okay.
That's unbelievable. Just think toys going for that kind of money.
Star
what-
Wars.
Pretty good. Yes.
Well, I know it's Star Wars, but they're still
What about
ju-
baseball cards?
Well, I know.
A card.
A car, yeah.
True.
But it's just,
Just
on.
a,
See, that's
just a
why-
piece of paper.
Howard.
Yep.
That's why this show has made it 20 years. We're teaching people every week how to make some money.
Right. And don't be throwing stuff away
And I'm
because
tell you-
it may be worth more than you think. Check
There's
it
still
out.
tons
first.
of this stuff sitting around.
Oh yeah.
There's still
In,
tons of it.
in kids' toy boxes somewhere.
In attics.
In attics, got
and-
put away.
Which is a bad thing.
Stuff
if you,
in junk
if
boxes
it's still
and
on a card, it's
Yeah.
a bad thing.
Well,
a
yeah,
bad thing,
but
but-
still might be
it
a
still
good
has
thing.
value.
But still have value.
Inside
Hey,
a
looks
book.
like we got to go. We'll be back next week with more Let's Talk Antiques here on Thunder Radio.
There you go.
Bye.
Coffee County's favorite radio station, Thunder Radio, WMSR Manchester.
Coffee County's hometown station for over 60 years. Thunder Radio, WMSR, Manchester.
Now, another update from the WMSR Thunder Radio News Center.
I am Josh Peterson with your daily news update on Thunder Radio, Manchester's #1 source for news. There will be no charge